Today I want to do something a little bit similar to what we did last time. Try and maybe build on it, make it a little bit better. These exercises and relaxation and ASMR should help to alleviate over time anxiety. And so I think it helps to make, even if it's similar to another video, to keep making them, because when it's this kind of understanding ourselves and understanding ourselves is extremely difficult. It's probably the hardest subject you could ever hope to learn about, simply because we're not designed to be very good at it. So today let's work a little bit more on anxiety. I plan to be talking about this a lot more, and maybe coming up with different techniques or methods or perspectives that can help people cope with it. So I just want you to start now. Let's start with a little guided meditation. So lie down if you can. If you can't lie down, sitting in a comfortable chair is fine. And let's take a deep breath. In and out. And now try to breathe a little bit deeper and a little bit slower. Just a little bit. We want to calm ourselves just a little bit from that state we were just in. We're going to feel slightly different now as our breathing slows a little and gets a little bit deeper. Now we're in a state where we can better understand what it means to relax and to reflect on those things that have made us anxious. But for now, what we really need to do is become present. Because chances are, if you're watching this, there's nothing actively making you anxious right now. It's just you and me, and the sound of my voice, and the video, maybe some headphones. And that's probably all that's going on right now. But somehow these things that bother us persist as though they're still here. Something someone said that bothered us, or financial problems, or anything you can think of that might make you anxious. It's not with us right now. It may be in the future, and it may have been in the past. But we never live in the future and the past. We live only in the now. So it just doesn't make sense to be crippled by anxiety from something that doesn't exist in the current world, in our actual world around us. So hopefully you've kept breathing deeply and a little bit slower. Hopefully you're a little bit more relaxed now. Just keep listening to my voice. And now I want you to think about, if you can, find 3 things right now that you can hear. 3 different sources of noise. If you have headphones on that are noise canceling, or it's extremely quiet where you are, you can pick out 3 things in the video. But if not, there's always the sound of an air conditioner, or the sound of your sheets rustling slightly if you shift, or a distant car, or that beeping you can hear in the video. Just find any of these noises and count at least 3 of them. And now that we've got a list of 3, let's make a list of 3 things that we can feel. Do you feel your shoes or your socks? Do you feel your shoulders resting on whatever whatever it is, on an arm of a chair or on a bed. Do you feel the skin on your face and the air that's sitting on it? Okay, now that we've got 3 things that we can hear and 3 things that we can feel, let's start to narrow that down. Let's go back to, and this time think of 2 things that you can hear. What are they? Now let's go to the things that we can feel. And let's just count 2 this time. And now that we've got 2, let's try this. Let's try this time around hearing just one thing, and we'll do it from one ear to another. Let's start with your left ear. Just think of one thing you can hear. If you don't want to try too hard, the sound of my voice is a pretty obvious choice. So you can hear my voice. You can probably hear the sound in between my voice too. A little rustle or a hum. And now let's go to the other ear. Now on your right ear, just think about what it can hear. Again, you can just focus on my voice. And then listen to the silences as well. The spaces between my words. Now let's do the same thing with feeling. We'll start with your left foot. What does your left foot feel? Just one thing that sticks out. The feel of your sock or your shoe. And now let's feel something on the other side. Okay, focus on what your right foot can feel. Maybe it's different than the left foot, and that's fine. And just think about it for a moment. And then come back to paying attention to the sound of my voice. Now that we're a little bit more relaxed, let's see if we can think about none of those things. It's going to be hard to forget about my voice because I'm going to keep talking. But that's fine. But let's just sit. Have you felt your mind slow down a little bit? If we're meditating, then we want to be calm, but also collected. You don't want to be so relaxed that you fall asleep or that you can't think in any way, because we need to be able to think a little bit. But we want our minds to do it without our help. So let's think about the present circumstance. You're sitting down or you're lying down, and you're here. You're here with me. And that's all there is. there are other times in your life where there will be things that cause you anxiety or anger. But that's not where we are right now. We're a little bit different right now. We're in a state where we remember that things bothered us, but it's sort of an abstract idea. As we're here, the only things that are with us are our mind and maybe the air around us. How's your breathing? Is it slower? Is it a little bit deeper? And you can stay in this moment as long as you like. In this moment, you're processing things without realizing it. Your mind is resolving problems and making connections. As you stay in this state of meditation, somewhere between awake and asleep, your brain can make the connection between having felt anxiety and not being around the thing that's making you anxious. And over time, as we get used to practicing this, we'll be able to more easily separate the now and our presentness with the things that bothered us in the past, or the things we think will bother us in the future. So I want to end this video in just a moment. You can start, if you want, feeling the area around you, hearing the different sounds. Maybe you smell something interesting. If your eyes are closed, you can open them a little bit. You don't have to. And you can just notice what's around you. And this is a state we can get to with practice when we're just out in public, waiting at a doctor's office or on a bus. We're present, and we're not overly engaged in the things that are outside of our control. So I want to thank you for watching. Please do subscribe. I hope to be making a lot more of these videos. Like as well if you like. Please comment. I plan on reading all of the comments. I'll respond if I can. And feel free to post any suggestions on what you'd like me to cover. It could just be any subject relating to ASMR. But yeah, running water videos or anything you'd like to see or hear. And again, if there's any subject you'd like me to talk about, if there's something specific that's bothering you, we can make a video just about that. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.